Hello, welcome to Prime Business. My name is Emma Davis. A pleasure serving you tonight. So our very first story, economist Professor Peter Curtis says he expects the growth rate of the fourth quarter of 2023 to pick up despite the 2.0% growth recorded in the third quarter of 2023. According to him, when the right investments are made to the real sectors, the economy should grow by 2.8 or 3% by the end of the fourth quarter of 2023. He's been speaking to Joy Business.
Has been resilient and recovering. Nevertheless, this area, mining and quarrying, for me, we need to delve into that and see what exactly is going on within that sector. And if there is a need for remedial measures or investment or regulation to enhance its production, we should do so. You would also see, I must admit that if you compare second quarter and third quarter of 2022, realize the growth in the third quarter 2022 was slightly lower than what was recorded in the second quarter of 2022. But then in the last quarter, there was significant growth rates recorded. So I'm cautiously optimistic that the last quarter of this year will turn out some decent growth rate so that on average, we can grow between 2.8 and 3% or even more by end 2023.
The Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has expressed concerns about the continuous contraction of the industry sector of the economy. It says the worrying trend calls for a broader discussion on the fortunes of the sector. This follows the 4.3% contraction of the industry sector for the third quarter of 2023. Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, Mark Bedu-Aboagye, has been reacting to the development.
We need to have a broader discussion on what is happening within the industry sector. I think the construction, which is very key, actually contracted so hugely, but I think 8.5 or so. And Prof gave some reasons why it possibly contracted. But contractors have not been paid for some time now, and most of the projects are there, abandoned some way, somehow. So let's have a broader discussion on what is happening within the industry sector. In fact, in any developed economy, the industry sector is supposed to be the one driving the economy, to be the one growing. The service sector is a support sector and should not be the one leading our growth. So the growth trajectory in Ghana seems to have some uniqueness that we need to at least interrogate. If you have agric growing, because agric, is a food basket of the economy, and also we can also be exporting, also creating raw materials for the manufacturing sector. The manufacturing sector is also growing. Then it's good news. I keep on saying it has the biggest and the highest value chain. And when the manufacturing sector is growing, the industry sector is growing, then the economy will be able to grow faster. But now, notwithstanding, you also if you look at the first quarter, the economy expanded by 4.3. The second quarter, we had 3.2. And now we have 2.0 growth. And that should be something that we should be worried about. We should be asking questions why the growth is coming down and what we should be expecting in the last quarter. And this is something that should tell us that we are not out of the woods, yes. And probably we haven't really turned the corner. We still have to do more to ensure that we have a robust growth. The economy is still vulnerable to any shocks, and we should not be too much excited. We should work together to ensure that we strengthen the economy, especially the manufacturing sector.
Away from the economy, but still with the chamber, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has trained over 1,000 small and medium enterprises in various digital transformational tools. According to the Chief Executive of Suku Technology and Chair of the ICT Desk at the Chamber, Chonam Akpelu, the move is intended to boost capacity of small businesses to scale up and compete in the African Continental Free Trade Area. Here's more.
In all, about 1,071 persons were trained in various digital transformation models. The ACI Digi project, which is an initiative by Expertise Fronts in collaboration with the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is aimed at equipping small businesses with the digital know-how to boost sales and ensure scalability. Addressing the media at the closing ceremony of the Digital Response Connecting Citizens, Chief Executive of Suku Technology, Chonam Akpelo, explained that the program will enhance the capacity of local businesses to compete in the African Continental Free Trade Area.
We have had over 1,071 participants or business leaders across the country of Ghana benefited from this initiative. The idea also equipping them is also to ensure that they participate actively in taking advantage of these continental free trade agreements. You observe that most countries are gearing up to take advantage of this agreement. In fact, there's a Kenyan car battery manufacturing business who is already sending their product to Ghana under the agreement. We want to see our SMEs also selling outside Ghana under the agreement.
Emily Griffiths, project manager at Expertise France, stated that the project will boost socio-economic development.
We have recognized the crucial role played by small and medium enterprises, understanding that their resilience and adaptability fuel the engine of economic growth. Our goal, anchored in the ethos of sustainable development, has been to fortify Ghana's private sector development strategies through the lens of digital innovation.
Minister for Information Kojo Opon Kroma charged SMEs to leverage on skills development to ensure competitiveness in African trade.
To you, the beneficiary SMEs, what I'll say is that you have to utilize it. I know many people who go for programs, participate in it, take the lessons, and then return to business as usual after that. You need to really turn the page, shift to this new paradigm, and utilize the digital transformation plans that you have drawn up for your businesses. And it is only when you do that the new frontier out there, which you can reach out to through digitizing your businesses, can actually be achieved.
President of the Ghana National Chamber for Commerce and Industry, Clement Osei-Amoako, noted that the project will improve digital inclusion and expand the reach of businesses.
With an unwavering focus on the betterment of businesses, the project elevated the performance of enterprises, equipping them with the digital tools and knowledge necessary for success in a rapidly evolving digital landscape.
The ACI Digi project, which was put together by Expertise Fronts in collaboration with the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, with support from European Union, Agence Française de Développement, and Suku Technology.
The World Bank has announced the appointment of economist Dr. Robert O'Brien as a new country director for Ghana, Liberia, and Sierra Leone in the Western and Central Africa regions. The World Bank, in a statement, maintained that Dr. O'Brien is expected to assume office on 2nd January 2024. He takes over from Frank Laporte, who is expected to bow out this week. Until Dr. O'Brien's appointment, he was a regional director in the Latin America and Caribbean region for the Equitable Growth, Finance and Institutions Department. The Bui Power Authority is raising concerns over the inability of the Electricity Company of Ghana to pay for power it's procured since 2021. According to the authority, this is posing a massive threat to the operations as it lacks the financial capacity to maintain most of its equipment. Let's hear from a board member of the Bui Power Authority, Dr. Rebecca Akwa Ahing, speaking on behalf of the board chairman. Apologies for that report. We'll bring that in our subsequent bulletins. Away from that, the Institute of Directors Ghana has impressed on its members to make the deliberate effort to implement policies aimed at addressing the increasing cases of sexual harassment in the workplace. Speaking to Joy Business at a conference on sexual harassment in the workplace, President of the Institute, Angela Appiah, said the phenomenon can be addressed through adoption of sexual harassment policies.
Globally, 17.9% of employed men and women had experienced psychological violence and harassment in their working life, and 8.5% had faced physical violence and harassment. Even though the victims sometimes feel uncomfortable reporting to higher authorities, the Institute for Directors Ghana believes the phenomenon can be addressed through the adoption of sexual harassment policies. Angela Carmen Apia is the president and chairperson of the governing council of the Institute of Directors Ghana.
We must be deliberate and intentional in what we do, not just to know, but to also prevent or salvage. So directors have a responsibility of providing strategic direction. Now, in providing a strategic direction is to be using information or data. So you are not just identifying risks, but managing them. Now, you need a competent director to be mindful of some of these so that they can prescribe, as we are doing now, certain policies to address the needs of society.
Speaking to Joy Business on the sidelines of a conference on draft model, gender workplace policy, gender advisor project manager of the EU Enough project, Elma Hayford, underscored the importance of the conference in addressing the menace.
The issue of the existence of companies having policies on anti-sexual harassment and gender-friendly policies exist, but then the implementation and the awareness of staff and members of their team of these policies and where they can go to for support and redress is an issue. So it was very, very necessary that we look at the various organizations, come up with a guideline, and then that becomes the litmus by which organizations will look at what they have, if they have policies that exist, to see if they can strengthen those policies, or those that do not have can seek to adopt what we have put together.
On her part, Executive Director for Women in Law and Development Africa, Melody Dake, charged HR practitioners to create conducive and safe environment where victims can seek support and address concerns of gender violence.
Sexual and gender-based violence, for instance, in the workplace left unchecked, can create a situation where the victims and survivors, are affected emotionally, psychologically, and some of them feel, embarrassed, shame, guilt, and they develop all sorts of anxiety disorders. As well, for the organization, as we said, it can affect your productivity.
The conference, which was organized by Oxfam, was on the theme Sexual Harassment in the Workplace, Time for a National Compact.
Weavers of Fugu or Batakari fabrics in the Upper East region say even though their industry employs many young people, there is little or no investment in the business. At a graduation ceremony for 140 new weavers who completed a 3-year apprenticeship program in Bolgatanga, the weavers appealed to the government to support them with small loans and other incentives to help boost their businesses. Correspondent Albert Sori reports.
The Somasum Weavers Association is a group of weavers of Batakari or Fugu fabrics who had their training in the Upper East region. The association has nearly 2,000 members who now ply their trade at various locations nationwide. They include 299 masters or madams and 1,475 apprentices. Over the years, more than 1,000 weavers of this important locally made fabrics successfully graduated from training, opened their shops, and took on new apprentices. This year, another 140 weavers have completed the 3-year apprenticeship. At the graduation ceremony, a fashion exhibition was staged to demonstrate how Fugu or Batakari fabrics have evolved from the olden days to the present day. The fabrics used to be commonly adorned in this simple manner by younger and older men, and this way by women. As the years went by, Fugu fashion evolved as new ways of wearing the fabric emerged. Today, these beautiful fabrics are used to make just about any kind of outfit for men and women. This designer even made a security guard's outfit out of fugu fabrics. Undoubtedly, the fugu fabrics industry has high potential as it employs many young people, from the suppliers of the raw materials to the weavers, retailers, and fashion designers. However, the weavers of the fabrics want the government to address some challenges to help the industry grow. Lawyer Jalaluddin Abdullahi is a patron of the Sumasum Weavers Association.
Our materials, the high cost of materials is one of our problems. There is also funding difficulty for the graduates to support them in opening shops, procurement of equipment and trades. This particularly challenges them, and the main cause of some of our trained ladies traveling down south. So we are praying that these people that are graduating, we should be able to give them small-scale loans so that they will establish their own businesses and don't run down south after having spent 3 years to undergo this training.
It's 5 days to Christmas. What's in your shopping basket? Well, while many are grappling with how much to spend on which item on display, several others are actually undecided on what exactly to buy, particularly given the variety of items on display on the market only for Christmas. So, my colleague James Shen went to Accra's biggest wholesale and retail shopping center to gauge the mood among both traders and shoppers.
And you know what I was saying? I'm going to buy cow head to cook, because the cow head is big. If I buy it like 300 or 400, it's better than buying a chicken 150 cedis.
We are just somewhere around Rolling Circle in Makola, and it's a very busy day. Some may probably say this is squared what we used to see on a normal Saturday. This is probably due to the Christmas festivity. We are 9 days away. Now, looking behind me, on a normal day when we head into Christmas, what you mostly see is you see a lot of Christmas paraphernalia. But that seemed not to be the case today. We could probably see few just where I stand. Well, we've been trying to go around the market, and it's not what we expect considering what we've been seeing over the years. Let me try to engage some of the sellers and the buyers to also know what is happening this time.
Disco space.
Who buy them your shows of Christmas is the why ready?
Am I ready? Me be buan kola mami. Omo nsiesie omo mano. No omo hu nyefe.
Na the ton kosen.
E ko ni blah ba ye hwe. Se nyame bua Monday dia sure say be ba no wawa.
Say enoma bua na e bit sen, obi a obetumi ne akoto.
E bit say 4 cedi 5 cedi. High pra na 10 cedi.
Compared to last year, and no matter how compared to last year, and everyone across Kakra na it's stable.
Sa pepe. Omontesu. Until last year, I'm funny about baby. Kate this year, I'm better to sa pepe. And kosuru and mafom.
I came to buy some few food stuff and some sandals.
You're not getting anything for the Xmas?
Oh, I've already bought things already, so I'm good.
Now let's look at the prices of what you bought so far, especially going into the festive season. How is it like?
I can say relatively compared to last year, it's almost the same. Not much difference. Yeah. So it's okay. It's okay.
It's not really affecting your income.
No, I've not. Actually, I've shopped for. I bought some things last month, so. To take me through, so I'm not. So actually, I can't even tell really how much things are. But if I compare to what I've bought, it's okay.
I am sure you are in the market to buy something this morning.
Yes.
You've been going around. How are the prices and all?
Anyway, some of the prices are good, some is not good, because I think everybody with his own price. We don't have any fixed price. If anyone told this a fixed price, they are lying. They are just everybody is giving out his or her own price. That is what is going on now.
Compared to what we've been seeing in the past, are the prices high a bit now, or they are a bit stable?
The prices are a bit high. The prices are high, but that's why I'm saying that everybody is giving his or her own price. No one, there's no fixed price. So the government have to give a fixed price. Because if they tax now cost, so that the excuses they have been giving. If you go and buy it at the retail price, it's low. Still they will still increase the price. It still affects because they are not reducing their price. No, none of them. They are not reducing their price because the foreign things are even cheaper than made in Ghana goods. Because the foreign, even though they are taxing them, still their prices are even better than our homemade.
So you stick to the fact that it's still expensive?
Everything is still expensive. For instance, as they are open school now for the new JHS, the prices are bogus. Things are going higher and higher. So there's no fixed price.
So how are you going to celebrate this Christmas?
This Christmas, do you know what I was selling? I'm going to buy cow head to cook, because the cow head is big. If I buy it like 300 or 400, it's better than buying a chicken 1.5.
How are you preparing ahead of the Christmas? Well, I'm still setting my mood for the Christmas. That's all for Prime Business tonight. My name is Emma Davis. For more business news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. Have a good evening.